Hey, welcome back, guys. Timothy here for a Magic Origins draft. The reason I'm doing Magic Origins again, actually the reason I just keep doing it is because I have the booster packs for it. I don't have any event tickets. I actually really wanted to do a Dragon Fate draft, but I would have had to buy 14 tickets, and I didn't want to do that. So I'm using the booster packs I have. I have enough to do this draft and another one, so I'll probably do that one later this week. But right now, we'll go ahead and focus on this draft. This pack's pretty good. I am going to take Soul Gem Blade out of it. I think Soul Gem Blade is a very good card. It's evasive and it can pump your team. I've won a couple games with it before. This pack is actually pretty decent otherwise. Hopefully this Thunderclap wheels because it goes very well with the Soul Blade Gen. Curves into it. Chief at the Foundry would be okay, but not something you want to first pick. If Soul Blade Gen wasn't here, the pick would probably be between one of the good removal spells and Unholy Hunger or Fiery Impulse. I think I would probably take Fiery Impulse before I take Unholy Hunger. But I'm going to take this big blue flyer. Ooh. Alright, good pack following up. So in color, there's Separatist Void Mage. And Aspirant Aeronaut's also pretty good with Soul Blade Gen. Anything that can go wide, make extra creatures, is going to be good with this Gen. I'm not going to force blue right now, and I'm definitely not going to pass up this Sentinel for a Void Mage, even though Void Mage is very good. Undercity Troll as well would be a very good card, but this Sentinel, everybody knows about Sentinel. It's the card that everybody talks about as being kind of a mythic level uncommon. It is. I think people can unanimously agree that it's the best uncommon in the set. Some people say Whirler Rogue is better, and Whirler Rogue would be fantastic with Soul Blade Gen, but I think Sentinel is just too hard to pass up. I'm going to take it and see what colors remain open. The person past me obviously took a good rare if this is still in the pack and Undercity Troll is in the pack. So let's take this and see what happens. Wow, beats keep coming. Good so far. So Sky Snare Spider I'm not going to take because these are already good top-end cards, even though I think Sky Snare Spider is good. I don't think it's as good. It's definitely not as good as Sentinel or Whirler Rogue. It's just a big body, but it's a very good, efficient blocker. My picks are between Jeshen Thief and Harbinger, and I think Harbinger has to be the pick here. It's a very tempo-based card. It's basically a 4-drop if you want to use it most efficiently, I think. Worth noting that I don't think the Thief is coming back, but we might get Water Courser or Grasp of the Harrowmancer back, and I would be fine with either of those. I'm not a big fan of Fairy Miscreant, even in multiples. I'm going to take Harbinger. That coming third pick surprises me, but I think it's a pretty good sign that I'm safe taking blue. Alright, and then pack got worse, obviously. So I'm between Scrap Skindrake and Disperse here. I don't think there's anything else that we want to move into a different color for. I'm leaning towards Disperse. I don't like Scrap Skindrake in this format. I don't like any of the cards that have to attack or any cards that can't block in certain situations. That's why I really hate Despoiler of Souls. The reason I don't like Scrap Skindrake, unless you're really aggressive, is this is a format where blocking or being able to block is extremely important because of renowned creatures. And the fact that sometimes you have an open in hand where Scrap Skindrake is going to be the first card you play means that if your opponent plays a 2-drop renowned creature, they're way, way ahead of you, and you can't even block it on the following turn. So I'm going to take Disperse. It is a non-creature spell, so it works with our Soul Blade Gen. And here, I'm probably going to go against everything I just said and take Scrapskin. Sentinel Tactician rewards the same type of decks that Soul Blade Gen does, but I don't think I want a Tactician here. I don't want a double white card. There's no other white in the pack. And Sentinel might just be a splash. I am probably going to take this Drake. The next best card I would think about taking would probably be Fleshbag Marauder, which is good in a kind of controlling deck. And maybe I'll take that over Scrapskin and see if blue-black is open. Yeah, I'll take that. That might be wrong given that we already seem on track for blue. Here, given that I just took Fleshbag Marauder, I could take Read the Bones, but seeing how I have this Sentinel that I definitely want to play, and it looks like I might not be in white, I'm going to take Evolving Wilds now, so I don't have to... I'm not really losing out on much. If Evolving Wilds wasn't here, I'd probably take Read the Bones or Maritime Guard, and I think I'm fine with losing either of those, even though if I end up black, I would like Read the Bones. But I'm going to take Evolving Wilds now. That means I can at least play my Sentinel. Here we've got a 2-drop creature, another 2-drop creature, or Read the Bones. I'm leaning towards Rune Servitor to still kind of stay open and have a 2-drop. I would rather have Servitor than Maritime Guard. There is Read the Bones again, but I don't even know for a fact that I'm playing black. And there's Evolving Wilds number 2. Which could be appealing given all the double blue cards and the hedging that we're doing. I'm going to take this 2-drop that we're probably definitely going to play. Here, there's a second Disperse, or we could take Eyeblight Assassin and kind of go in on the black cards. Those double Read the Bones kind of suggest to me that black is open in this direction, and it looks like white definitely is not. So I'm going to take Eyeblight Assassin over the second Disperse. Ooh, Thunderclap is back. I've never actually played with Thunderclap, but it's better than any of the other cards in the pack. We can play it. Yeah, I'm going to take it. Ooh, Void Mage too. Wow, that's pretty insane. The thing about Thunderclap is I don't want to force flyers. I'm not going to force flyers, but it does make the Miscreants better. I'm still not going to start off Miscreants. Alright, and then we take a bunch of sideboard cards, or cards we're not going to play. This seems like a good start. It seems like a powerful start. But we do need to see where it's going. We do need to pick up quite a bit. Right now we have 9 playable cards, but we're kind of moving around colors. All we know is that we're probably blue, definitely blue. Pack 3 should be great for us, given that we have Soul Blade, we saw Harbinger, 3rd pick. Alright, now we're moving into Pack 2. Lots of good white cards here. So Anointer of Champions is probably the best 1-drop in the format. Suppression Bonds is probably better than Anointer. I would be happy with either of them. I've never played with Wingmare, but I've played against it, and it seems like a lot of times that my opponents have played it, it's backfired on them. They weren't able to cast their 5-mana kill spell or something like that because they need to pay 1 extra for it. It is a symmetrical effect, so it affects both players. And it's a 2/1 flyer for 3, which is just okay. I do have Thunderclap, which makes it a little better. Its ability is also a little anti-synergistic with Soul Blade. I think Suppression Bonds is just the better card as a removal spell. And right now we're looking to just play a really drawn-out tempo game with things like Disperse and Void Mage. I'm going to take Suppression Bonds, even though I'm not sure that's even better than Anointer. It's better than Anointer, but Anointer is very good if you get it on turn 1 and you can follow up with creatures. There's a Pyromancer's Goggle. Never opened that card, never seen it in draft, never played against it, but I don't think you pick it. We're not splashing red for anything. There's also Reave Soul and Enshrouding Mist are the cards in between. Reave Soul is the better card. Enshrouding Mist is still very good though. And right now my white is stronger than my black. I would like the Reave Soul, but I'm going to take the Mist. Again, leaning towards white before we lean towards black. Topin Freeblade, very good, very powerful white 2-drop. Other cards in this pack, if I had a reason to splash red, we could take Battleforge here, but we're not going to do that. If Freeblade wasn't here pushing us farther towards white, we would take either the Shaman or the Husk. I don't actually know which one I would take. And the only blue card for us is Send to Sleep, but I'm happy enough with Freeblade. Okay. Well, Castellan would push us into a splash for green, which I don't want to do. But I could do if I cut the black and focus on white-blue. Void Mage is here, as is a Scab Goliath, and I think Scab Goliath is extremely underrated. I don't know that I want it in this deck, given that I already have a 5 and 6 drop. I don't think it's going to come back. Void Mage. I think I'll take this 4-drop tempo play before I just take another 6-drop beater. And if it comes back for some reason, because people underrate Scab Goliath, and it doesn't look like I'm fighting for blue very much. But I want to maximize on Soul Blade Gen, so taking cards like this are pretty good. Here, I like Hydrolash. I don't know what other people think of Hydrolash, but I like it quite a bit. We could also take Mighty Leap, or even Stratus Walk. Stratus Walk is pretty neat with Thunderclap, because whatever we enchant becomes stronger. Hydrolash draws us a card and can really warp combat, and it's a card people don't ever play around. I've never seen somebody say, oh, I think maybe they have Hydrolash in their hand. People just don't suspect it, and they run a bunch of creatures into yours, and you're able to eat up a bunch. And worst case scenario, it cantrips and you draw a card. There's also Goldforge Sentinel, which is a lot better in this format than it was in Theros. I'm going to take Hydrolash, though. Follow up with probably Ring Warden. We have no 3-drops. Well, besides Hydrolash. Ring Warden is fine in blue. Again, another card that goes with Thunderclap. Another card that encourages us to play non-creature spells. And better enough than probably the Tactician. I'm not going to play Healing Hands just to trigger things like Prowess. I'll take the Ring Warden now. And we want to probably take a smaller pick here. Aromancer can get back Suppression Bonds. Screechin' Scab would be another 2-drop. We have 3 2-drop creatures right now. We can probably look to get 1 or 2 more. I think Aromancer is really weak if you're not getting something off of it, but the fact that we have Suppression Bonds makes me kind of want to pick it up. We could also just take Guardians here as a huge blocker, but I would rather take the Scab or Stratus Walk. I'm going to take Stratus Walk, actually. I don't know that I love that pick. There's another Somberwald Alpha very late in this pack. Artificer's Epiphany is not doing too much for us. I would only play it if I could reliably keep the 2 cards. There's not really much else that I'm interested in. I'm not going to play this Assassin on a splash. I don't think I need to play Marauder. I've also seen some late Elvish Visionaries. I'll take the Epiphany for the sideboard. And I guess Maritime Guard before a Crowin Jailer. Yeah. Negate for the board. That was a late Prickle Boar. Battle Priest we're probably gonna cut, but I'll add it for now. And Healing Hands, no thank you. Well, this has been a little awkward so far. It's not bad. It definitely has strong cards. I like the Thunderclap, the double Void Mages, the Soul Blade, the Sentinel. We need to fill out this 3 slot, really. And I would not mind something like Knight of the Pilgrim's Road to do that. Maybe some 3-drop white creatures. Stalwart Aven would be fine. Blessed Spirits is definitely a card. With Stratus Walk and Suppression Bonds, we could definitely play it. I wish I'd taken Auramancer now. Also worth noting, it's a flyer. All of our flyers become better when we have Thunderclap. I think it's definitely the pick. There's Rogue's Passage, but we don't have a lot that we're really abusing with it. Rogue's Passage, you really want to be renowning or drawing cards off of whatever's getting through. Or if you have Outland Colossus, I've seen that a lot. Outland Colossus plus Rogue's Passage, I've died to that plenty of times. I'll take Blessed Spirits here. It is a 3-drop, it is a flyer, and it can get bigger in our deck. Follow that up with good uncommons in this pack. Charging Griffin's fine. Swift Reckoning is going to be the pick. I don't think we have a tutelage deck. I don't want Jailer. I'm not going to take Guardians just to trigger Artificer's Epiphany. Swift Reckoning is very good. Non-creature spell. And removal, and potentially instant speed 2-mana removal is just very good. So that's definitely the pick here. Ooh, another. Oh, wow. Look at this. What have people been taken out of this pack? So I was going to take Foundry of the Councils, but there is a Whirler Rogue. And I cannot pass up the Whirler Rogue, can I? Definitely not. The Thopters are great with Thunderclap. The card is just insane by itself. 3 creatures is good with Soul Blade. Like I said, it's probably the second best uncommon in the set behind Sentinel, and I feel very comfortable having the 2 best uncommons in the set, both in my deck. I don't really want Ring Warden. I have a lot of 4-drops, so I want to kind of lower it. Ram Roller is not the 3-drop I'm looking for. I think here I want Auramancer. I could take Alchemist Vial as well. But I think I'm going to take this Auramancer now that I have 2 enchantments that I could potentially get back. And Stratus Walk. The creature with Stratus Walk is much more likely to die than the creature with Suppression Bonds. Oh, Anchor to the Aether is good as well. But so Watercourser would be great too. Anchor is a very, very good tempo play. So we have a lot of good tempo plays between Double Void Mage, Harbinger, Anchor to the Aether, Disperse. We can definitely make this work, and Anchor gives us a Scry on top, so that's the pick for me. Claustrophobia just keeps coming. Claustrophobia, I think, is better than Celestial Flare. Also an enchantment, which triggers Blessed Spirits, and we can get it back with Auramancer. I'm going to take that before I take Celestial Flare. Thunderclap number 2. I don't even want to trim any of these 4-drops. Our curve's going to be a little high, I think. We're definitely not playing Battle Priest. Get out of my deck. Now, Celestial Flare is probably the pick, but I'll give a second to consider Possessed Scab. As a 5-drop that gets any of our cards back from our graveyard, and we can splash it off of Evolving Wilds. It's very tempting, but I don't think I want to mess up my cards. I think we got a great thing going here. And I think I just kind of want to play the control game until we can slap one of our big guys on the field. So I'll take the Flare, even though Flare is sometimes very awkward. Here I'll take Healing Hands. Yeah, I'm not playing any of these other cards. Aerial Volley is pretty good against us. Charging Griffin is another 4-drop. But I'm not playing anything else. Here, I guess I'll never ever use that, but second negate, I guess. Grasp, ooh. Grasp can go in. Alright, this is going to take a few seconds to trim. The card quality is very good, or at least I think so. I think Charging Griffin's going to be a cut. So let's sort by mana cost. We've got to make 2 cuts, which isn't bad. Charging Griffin or Ring Warden. Those 2 are on the chopping block. Probably the 5-drop, really. Charging Griffin kind of fits the same role as attacking for a 3/3 flyer. It's just easier to kill with cards like Fiery Impulse or Eyeblight Massacre. I would rather cut this 5-drop than a still decent playable 4-drop. And then we're looking at our 2s, maybe Stratus Walk we don't play, seeing how most of our things already have flying. We are hurting a little bit before turn 4. Our turn 4 is good. Maritime Guard, but Harbinger is probably more of a 4-drop. Once we get to turn 4, we can definitely start turning things around if we're behind with Void Mages and Harbinger. And we have kind of cards like Anchor and Claustrophobia and Disperse and Celestial Flare to muck up the game early. I think I'm going to cut Stratus Walk because it doesn't do a lot for our deck other than just drawing us a card and having an enchantment. With Blessed Spirits, we still have 1, 2, 3. Oh, what did I cut? Swift Reckoning. Get back in the deck. For Blessed Spirits, we still have 3 enchantments to trigger, which I think also justifies Aromancer. Which means any hand that has Aromancer, I'm not going to be scared to run out Grasp. Sorry, I keep accidentally double-clicking. The only thing that scares me right now is how big the 4-drop slot is. We could definitely get messed up by that. We could play Harbinger on 2, though, so we're going to keep it with 2. The only card I'm not really sure about is Charging Griffin. Some people might fault me for keeping Hydrolash, but I really do like Hydrolash. This has an amazing late game, and really, save for some board wipes, I think the deck is very good. Again, Sentinel and Whirler Rogue being the best non-rares that we could get. Even split on color too. We have double blue and double white cards, as well as early plays in both colors. So I think I want an even 8 and 8, and then the Evolving Wilds will make 9 and 9, which seems good. Not a color combination I've played very often at all. Double Thunderclap seems amazing, though. Thunderclap doesn't get his own bonus, but when you have 2 of them, they make each other bigger, and you can use Thunderclap as a combat trick, too. If your opponent throws a something like a 3 damage kill spell on your Soulblade Djinn, you can flash in Thunderclap to make Soulblade Djinn bigger. People with Aerial Volley in their sideboard are going to have a pretty good game against us. People with a lot of reach creatures are probably going to have a good game against us, but like I said, we have not just bounce spells, but Double Void Mage, Harbinger, and Anchor to the Aether, and Disperse, 5 ways to bounce things back to our opponent's hands. I'm going to run it like this. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching. This looks great so far. I'll see you guys for round 1, though, and comment below. Tell me what you think. Alright, bye.